Good day, good evening, everybody in Australia, and good morning, everybody in the United States, and good afternoon over in Europa. Europa. Today, I want to go through a little bit of Not Your Mother's Rules, not least because my copier ran out of ink and I couldn't put a background up that was nice the other bit. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to go and review a little bit of how to text back. And by the way, today is the day for the Chinese lunar calendar, not just Chinese, but Southeast Asia as well. The lunar calendar, lunar festival. Let me tell you the story first, okay? I will tell you the story because it is so cute and fun. Um, the man in the man in the moon in China is actually not the man in the moon. In Korea, it's a rabbit. In China, it's a woman. And where's the picture here? Well, some people have a dragon up there. But anyway, so there were 9 suns in the air, in the sky. There were 9 suns, and they had to get an archer, a nearly immortal archer. I'll say nearly immortal because he had to. The gods of Chinese mythology, the heavens, asked him to please shoot down all but one of the suns in the sky because the Earth was burning up, burning up. So he goes and says, okay. And he says, what are you going to give me in return? And they say, we will give you the elixir to immortality if you risk your life to do this. Okay, so he goes and does it. And he shoots down 8 out of 9 suns in the sky. So we now have 1 sun. He takes the elixir that they give him and takes it home. And he places it on the table and says to his wife, I'm going to be immortal. This is great. Actually, he forgot to tell his wife. So he went out, and his wife comes in and sees this thing on the table and says, I wonder what this is. It smells really good. Let me taste it. Drinks it up, and then the husband comes back in and says, that was mine. And she says, what is it? And she starts to float up. He starts to try to choke her, but she floats all the way up into the moon, and all she has with her is a pipa instrument, which is a very, very strong instrument. It's a stringed instrument with 4 strings, and it is it 4 strings or 6 or 8? I don't know. Anyway, it's a pipa, P-I-P-A. It's a very heavy guitar-like stringed instrument. She gets into the sky. She says, I'm so lonely. So she plays for Peapod all day long. That's all. So the archer goes to the heavens and says, what am I going to do? My wife took it. And they said, well, you know something? We tricked you. This was always intended for your wife. Oh, wow. So we've got a woman in the moon in Chinese mythology, not folklore, but mythology. And so today I'm going to say text back times because during the holiday, we want to text the guy back right away if he texts us out. Actually, we want to text him now instead of waiting for him. So we'll go to text back times for 18 to 22 years old. 30 minutes. Want to really catch his attention? Wait an hour. If you are 18 to 22 years old and in a committed, exclusive relationship, you should text back after 30 minutes. But you can text back more regularly than with a guy you just met. But you still have to be somewhat mysterious and end it first. End the communication first, every time. Okay, 23 to 25 years old, 1 hour. Want to really catch his attention? Wait 2 hours. Women 23 to 25 years old are usually busy working and living in their own apartments. They have real things going on like business meetings and a commute and rent and bills to deal with. So it would be completely realistic to take an hour to get back to a guy, and it wouldn't be so bad to make a guy wait 2 hours. Rules girls do not check their texts in the middle of a meeting with a client or while driving home from work. The first is not smart, and the second is dangerous. Okay, text back times. Not sure how soon or how long to wait for an answer to answer a guy's subsequent text. Look no further. Here is our chart for minimum response times by age with detailed explanations. Now, if you're disabled and in a wheelchair, it is going to be different. It is going to be that you will have time. So you ought to wait the 30 minutes as an 18 to 22-year-old would, because if you're in an exclusive relationship, no matter how old you are, this is just yin yang's opinion as a rules buddy. Okay, I'm not a rules coach. And you should text back after 30 minutes, but you can text back more regularly than a regular guy you just met, but you still have to be somewhat mysterious. Okay, so that's what if you are in a wheelchair or if you're disabled or if you're far away from your phone, you can wait the few hours. Depends on your lifestyle, okay? Now, 26 to 30 years old, generally 2 hours. Want to really catch his attention, wait 3 hours. And let me check. Oh, women women 26 to 30 years old are not only working and being social, but they have even more responsibilities than recent college graduates. Perhaps they have a secretary or supervise an executive assistant possibly, and have to do important things like check their balances online or meet their quotas. They are also hopefully going to parties and clubs and on dates, so they can't text back all day long either. So that's what you have to do is you get your boyfriend to realize that you're busy doing other things, even if you're not. Okay, now 31 and over is the rest of us. 3 hours. Want to really catch his attention, wait 4 hours. Now that's excruciating, I'll tell you that. But anyway, most women 31 years old and older want to get married. They have important jobs and other responsibilities and interests such as mortgages, volunteer work, and nieces and nephews, and have no time to text back men who just want to text and not ask them out for Saturday night dates. Now, the key is you want him to ask you out so that he can chat with you. The key is you don't chat on the phone and the text messaging, and you do not do Skype. The reason is that you want to get him to ask you out on dates. The more he asks you out on dates, the more committed a relationship you can be in. And as a rules buddy, I will say to you that I have heard many people say that it's very efficient to have him text you and then ask you out. It's very, very good. I'm going to text. Oh no, I'm not going to text anybody. But when you text a woman, even then, you can do some of the rules on your female friends too and your colleagues if you want to. According to this book, you can use the rules on anybody in your relationships, even your own children. I wouldn't go as far as to say animals in your house because, I mean, sometimes you can play with your animal and go, like this, and the animal come around and come up. But that's beyond the rules. The rules handbook is for creating loving and lasting relationships. Loving and lasting relationships. And you want to be able to say, oh, they want more of me. You want to be able to say that to yourself. Okay. So that is part of what I want to do is go through part of the Not Your Mother's Rules. That was in Not Your Mother's Rules where the chart is. If you'd like to get the chart, it's on pages 66 and 67 in Not Your Mother's Rules. And please go buy the book. Please go buy both of these books. These are so handy. And this handbook is great for reading a little bit each day. Good morning, Lena Gidwani. Yes, 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 Lena. Even your husband, there are rules for marriage. There is a book by the same authors called The Rules for Marriage. And key things in the rules for marriage are that your husband has to catch you in motion. You have to be busy and happy even in your, but you have to be easy to get along with in your marriage. And when you're with him, you're pleasant to him. And when you fight, let him win. You know you're winning inside, but you let him win. Lena, you have a very good marriage, I can tell. I remember what you've said about him, and then you have some beautiful children that are very, very smart. Okay, so that's about it. We're at 11 minutes, and Sherrie Schneider likes it to be short. So short and sweet is good. Okay, we'll talk to you tomorrow for Words and Wisdom Wednesday. Old Kinderhug!